Thousand Oaks, California has grown up to be a favorite bedroom community for wealthy Los Angeles commuters. 15 years ago, the price of an average house here skyrocketed, creating a hotbed of opportunity for high-end flippers. The risks are high.
That's going to be very expensive.
The challenges are unpredictable. But for those who succeed, there's money to be made if you can flip that house. Thousand Oaks, California is a family-oriented community nestled between the Santa Monica Mountains and the Pacific Ocean. It's an expensive suburb of Los Angeles, where a relatively new home can be easily renovated and flipped for a quick profit.
My name is Michael Haupt,
My name is Kathy Haupt.
and this is our flip. We're actually realtors. We met at Coldwell Banker, which was the company we worked previously.
An office romance. I'm much more conservative when it comes to taking risks. Definitely, he's more the risk taker, and I'm pulling back the reins.
We bought this house in Thousand Oaks. It's 3,400 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, and it was $1,050,000.
Our budget is $50,000, and if all goes well, we hope to be done within 4 weeks.
In the upper stratosphere of the real estate market, flippers often find that profits are made by making a good thing even better. This house is in decent shape. It just needs to be upgraded for the high-end buyer. It's day one of Kathy and Michael's 30-day flip. Before any work begins, they walk through the property to decide what projects need to be done.
This is going to be an interesting project, I think.
We want it to be above and beyond. We want people to walk in and just be blown away by it.
Yeah, this is probably pink. This is not good.
It's not a good color.
No.
You know what I would like to do is just fix it up as if we were gonna live in it and do everything that we would do as if we wanted to live here.
That's a good idea because high-end buyers are going to look for all of these improvements. If you don't put in all of the extras, a house like this probably could stay on the market for 6 months, and at a carrying cost of about $5,000 to $6,000 a month, you can do the math.
The first and most important room to modernize is the kitchen.
We really need to dress this up.
Yeah, this Korean.
Even though the Korean is nice, you know, it's not bad, but this house is basically needs granite counters. We have to have that.
Yeah, because people are gonna look at the Korean
And I think what we can do is we can just have them take a tool and just scratch it all up so that the granite sticks to this. So we're going to get granite tile.
You don't want to do a granite slab?
No, it's too expensive.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well,
That's
let's
going to
get
cost
some prices.
$10,000.
Let's get some
This
prices.
would-
Our goals are to create a beautiful home within our budget, within our time requirement, and to do it without killing each other.
I think we can put new shutters in, so when you walk in, it's very dramatic. And then I think we need lights. We need sconces right here so that we can light up this room. And then look at the carpet. This has all indentations. I know it's going to cost a lot. I think
That's
Klaus...
gonna be expensive.
I know. I talked to Klaus. He said it's about $10,000.
Because if we replace this carpet, we have to replace
Oh,
all the
absolutely.
carpet. And this
Absolutely.
is a 3,400 square foot house. That's a big house. Our budget is increasing by the moment.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, that's always like that, though.
Scary. I'm a little fearful because sometimes in the media they've been saying the bubble is bursting and this is it, the real estate boom is melting. We'll be in big trouble if the market changes at all.
Well, let's see what we can do in the master.
Wow, that's a big master bedroom.
Yeah, and it's really
So-
nice and ugly. Look at this. Isn't that ridiculous?
Well, somebody liked it.
The ceiling fan needs to go. We got to replace that. Carpet, obviously, again. Well, let's take a look at this. The tile has to obviously go, but this just has to be travertine.
Yeah.
That's what they expect in a house like this. Now, we got to decide if we want to do the shower and this in granite. But I think that would probably go over budget.
Kathy and Michael's first impression was that the backyard wouldn't need a lot of work. It's got a very nice pool already in place.
This is really going to be a good selling point.
Wow, the pool is gorgeous. Look at that. Pebble
Yeah.
Tech.
But on closer inspection, they discover a couple of possible trouble spots on either side of the house.
This is not good. That's going to be very expensive. But we're going to have to put in stamped concrete, and that's going to be at least, if you do that here and on the other side, that's probably going to be $4,500. That's going against
$4,500.
our
I'd rather
budget.
spend that money in the kitchen or the bathrooms.
Well, let's take a look at the other side. I think it is the same pretty much over there.
One thing Kathy and Michael won't argue about is the home's curb appeal. It must make an impact to bring buyers inside.
Look at the color of this house. That's another thing. I mean, it doesn't have any curb appeal whatsoever.
It's a little dreary, that
It's
color.
very dreary. I mean, we can't leave that like this. We need to. I actually saw some houses here in the neighborhood that had really nice, like yellow stucco and then accented with white trim.
Yeah, paint's gonna do a lot for this
And the
house.
door, we need to paint the door. It's the same color as the shutters.
I think our budget just went up by about $20,000.
Well, we expected that. We got it for such a good price. I think we can, put $50,000 into it and still come out by about $100,000.
Yeah, I think the key is to do it as quickly as possible.
Up next, the real work begins.
He has to do all the dirty work. I'll watch the baby.
It doesn't matter who's doing the work. The important thing is they have one goal.
We are trying to learn what we really need to do to this house to make it appeal to that high-end consumer.
Kathy and Michael are experienced realtors playing in the high end of the real estate market. They bought this home in Thousand Oaks for over $1 million. They've got a budget of $50,000 and a schedule of just 30 days to renovate and flip it.
I think the flipping is about the money. I mean,
Yeah, it's experience and the money, of course. Everybody wants to make a profit.
but do you do it for fun?
No.
Okay.
It's day 2 and renovation has begun.
Good, 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 good. 6'8" is about right.
Michael handpicks the travertine to be laid in the bathroom. With the old tile gone, they lay out the installation plan for the travertine.
Looks good. That's perfect. And once it is done, it will really look like $1 million house, like it should be.
Another thing $1 million house should have? Better locks.
Yeah, the lock is actually broken in the bathroom. It's a big hassle, yeah, because that's the only bathroom we have left. Be careful with the stucco.
As experienced flippers, Michael and Kathy know you have to be ready for just about anything.
Okay.
They're 10 days into the flip, and the interior renovation is going well. Now Michael is ready to get going on the exterior. They saw a house in the neighborhood with yellow stucco and white trim. They thought that would look good for this house. But the question is, which yellow?
She's better with colors, so. Yeah, do you have a paint chart there for the exterior? Yeah. The painter is waiting right now. He wants to go to the paint store and buy the paint. And now we gotta wait for my wife to see what we want to actually use. And once he buys it, that's it. No more changing. Okay. All right. Bye. Okay. All right. And then we'll see.
No decision is that easy. Kathy and Michael's new neighbor has a problem with their paint selection.
But this is a little bit more yellow.
I mean, that was our whole idea to like make it not look the same as anybody else's on the street, and then yours is going to look the same.
The neighbor found out we were painting the house the same color as her house, and she was very upset about it. So we've actually had to change the paint color to a color that we're not quite as happy with, but hopefully it'll come out okay.
It's a big decision. The wrong paint color can make a house seem flat and featureless.
A lighter yellow.
Flaxen?
Yeah, but I don't want the house to look like a lemon. I mean, the thing is, there is no homeowners association here, so you really could paint whatever color you want to paint.
Yeah, but that's not a good thing to do.
Yeah, especially if we're just gonna sell the house. She has to live with it and we don't.
Yeah, exactly. We really don't want to get the neighbors upset at us. We want to, blend into the community, and we don't want to do anything that would be a negative effect on what we're doing. So I definitely will not paint the house the same color that she has, no matter what.
And if the house doesn't sell, we can blame it on the neighbor.
Kathy and Michael want to flip the $1 million house they bought in Thousand Oaks, California in just 30 days on a $50,000 budget.
We bought this house in Thousand Oaks. It's 3,400 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, and it was $1.05 million.
They're 3 weeks into the flip, and already they've run into some big snags.
I had some serious problems with some of the contractors so far. The tire guy who actually put in this tile right here, he said he was going to be back on Monday, but he took his tools with him. We gave him his half of his money, and he never showed back up. So I had to hire another tile guy who's going to start on Thursday.
A huge part of their budget has been diverted into renovating the side yards. Michael felt that the existing pavers and overgrown weeds were inappropriate for a $1 million+ house.
So what we're going to do is we're actually going to carry the stamp that we got right here. We're going to carry that all the way down the walkway so that it looks very much the same. So it basically looks like it was done before and not as an afterthought. The cement contractor was supposed to get a truck, but he just now told me that he couldn't get a truck. So they're actually mixing the cement in a cement mixer and cutting it with wheelbarrows all the way to the end. So it's a much more labor-intensive process, and it's going to take much longer. Hopefully it's going to be the same result.
Kathy and Michael have a long to-do list and only 2 weeks to finish it.
I think we've actually lost track of our budget along the way. Seems like all we do is write checks. So I think when it's all done, then we'll look at the numbers.
The expenses are adding up fast, and Michael has just added a new project that will increase their budget 50%.
Well, I had a couple of friends who are realtors come over and take a look at the house, and they said the floor absolutely cannot stay. So right now we're tearing everything out downstairs, all the tile. So we basically had to go to the tile store and buy something that is comparable with a house like this.
Hi, how are you doing?
Good. Hi, John. How's it going?
Hi, Kathy.
Good to
How are you
see
doing?
you.
Nice to
Charlotte's
see you again.
back.
Hey, Charlotte. How you doing?
We're doing it for the wow factor, so that when somebody walks into the house, they're just gonna go, wow, this is really what we want to buy.
Come on in here. These are some of the very popular travertine floors that we're selling today. But if you want a really spectacular floor, we should take a look at this right here. This isn't a travertine, it's actually a marble.
How much would something like that cost?
The marble is going to be a couple dollars more a square foot, but I think that the extra investment that you put into it is going to pay off really big.
Yeah, that's a great choice.
we
I
should-
think we should just go with that.
We're over budget anyway.
Yeah? Okay. That'd be good.
Kathy and Michael have flipped before, but on a much smaller scale. They now realize a bigger return means much bigger expenses up front.
Here in this kind of a house where it's $1 million+, you really do have to go with granite. You have to go with marble. You have to go with the high-end fans, ceiling fans.
And the other thing, because this house is almost 3,400 square feet, that just to replace the carpet is $10,000. Just to replace the shutters is $6,000. You have to do a lot to make a difference.
With 1,100 square feet of marble to be laid, Michael and his crew get to work.
The tile guy probably has to do another maybe 2 days. And then we're pretty much almost done.
Up next, did Kathy and Michael's remodel pass?
I can understand why you wouldn't put the tile in.
I definitely thought about it.
Well, it's easy for me to spend your money, but
Man,
Or did it fail?
my first impression coming in here is that it's not 100% upgraded because of the white tile.
Kathy and Michael are 2 weeks and $25,000 over schedule and budget. But with only a few small projects to complete, they're almost ready to put the house on the market.
that's always the best thing when you do a flip, is when you're finally done and you get ready to actually sell it.
They're hoping Realtor Maria Powell can help them price their house
So this is it, huh?
and find out if their choice of renovations were the right ones.
I'm Maria Powell. I'm a realtor with Avier Real Estate, and I specialize in single-family homes in the Thousand Oaks area. Did you do all the landscaping?
Yeah, we did a lot.
First impressions are so important. I love the balcony. You know what I could see over here, softening it up just a bit, is having some hanging plants and planters, something dripping down, and make that a really nice, romantic little balcony there.
Okay.
But overall, I think you guys did a great job. Wow. This is a big wow. I love this. This entry is beautiful. I really like it a lot. The floors, the neutral color, the high ceilings, plantation shutters. This is a great first opinion when you're walking into the house. Michael and Kathy have done a lot of great things to this home. You walk in and it's very dramatic. The floors are fabulous. And those are really positive things that a buyer will look for. So let's go to see the kitchen, because that's really what's going to sell a house. It's a great kitchen. Really nice, big, open. I love the fact that it's got an eat-in kitchen. That's really good for buyers. Center island, very nice. Granite's beautiful. You went with the tile for the
Correct.
granite for what reason?
There was corian on here.
Okay.
And in order to put slab on, we would have had to tear everything out, put new wood, put the slab on top of it.
So a
Big
lot more
cost.
labor costs as
and
well
cost,
as
schedule.
a buyer coming into that kitchen. I think their first thought's going to be, why is it not slab and it's the tile? The white appliances, were they here when you bought the house?
Yeah, they were actually in here, and we left them in because they're very neutral. And as you probably know, stainless steel is very expensive.
The stainless steel would have helped sell the house faster and quicker. You know what? It's a great kitchen. All in all, with what you had to work with, you did a great job.
When you come in here, you can see it's quite expansive. And again, we added the plantation shutters.
No complaints about this master at all. You guys did a great job here as well.
Let's take a look at the bathroom.
They did a great job with the master bath. They had white tile to work with in the beginning. With staging, they can bring a lot more color into that master bath. Travertine, beautiful. There are two areas of the home that's going to sell the home, and that's the kitchen first and then the master bath second. My first impression coming in here is that it's not 100% upgraded because of the white tile. Not the end of the world. I can understand why you wouldn't put the tile in or
Yeah,
the
again,
granite
that's
in.
probably an
It's
extra
sunny.
$10,000.
Well, it's easy for me to spend your money, but the fact that it's neutral, you're good. So these mirrors were just placed on the wall and you framed them in with the moldings, is that
That's
what you
correct.
did? What an inexpensive upgrade that is. I love that idea.
Thank you.
I really like it a lot. Great yard. You know what? I think you've got another wow here.
The backyard was really Michael's baby. This was his project, and I kind of let him go with it even though I didn't want to spend the money, and it did come out great, so.
It did come out great. I think it pays off. This yard is fabulous. Michael and Kathy did a great job with this house based on the budget that they had to work with. There's not too many things I would have done differently. If I had to pick one thing, I would have taken the money away from the plantation shutters, put it into the slab in the kitchen. If I had any extra money, I probably would have upgraded the master bath just a bit. But based on what they had to work with, they did a great job, and I'm really happy to show this house. I think you should price it at $1,249,000 and get it sold in the first half.
Yeah, that was
That's
my
great
thinking
news,
as
because
well.
that's just what we had in mind.
Oh,
So
good.
it's
So
perfect.
we're on the same page.
Good. We bought this home for $1,050,000. We spent $85,000 renovating it. We're gonna put it on the market for $1,249,000, which gives us a projected profit of $114,000.
We decided to check in with Michael and Kathy 1 year later and see just how lucrative their Thousand Oaks flip was.
The house stayed on the market for only 1 day. In fact, I shouldn't even say 1 day, because when I walked outside and put up the sign, the buyer drove by, went inside the house, looked at it, and said, "I'm buying it."
We purchased that flip for $1,050,000. Our budget was $85,000. We had an additional $15,000 in closing costs, escrow fees, commissions. We sold the house for $1,200,000 for a profit of $50,000. We also made an additional $26,000 on commissions when we purchased the house. So our total profit was $76,000.
I found out from the buyer that they loved the floors we put in. We could have actually gone all out and put a granite slab in the kitchen and could have done the bathrooms as well. But really what you learn out of this is that you want to put the best materials in, the best workmanship. In fact, in the end, we gave them a wine cooler and a garbage disposal on top of everything else.
Since that flip, we haven't done any flips. The market's changed a little. There's new challenges. We almost did another flip, a very similar house that we found. And at the last moment when we were negotiating, we chickened out because we're just not that sure about the market conditions this year. A lot of our buyers are hesitating. You know, they're just about to make an offer on a house and then they read a headline that says the market may be crashing and they say, let's wait a little bit.
I would caution first-time buyers or first-time flippers to actually very closely look at their budgets and project very closely what you want to put in there and how much each item is going to cost you, and then how much you can actually sell the property to.
Charlotte's grown a lot since we did the show, and she's now coming to work with me every day. She's a great little helper, and I'm doing that as long as it lasts, and then she's going to go to school. Daddy has plans for her.
Yeah, but it's not going to be in flipping houses.
He's going to be a professional tennis player if he has anything to say about it.